So hello everybody, I have a very important confession to make. In last week's video, I said some things about music, and I admit it, I only know how to play the drums. I only know how to stand next to music and hit things with a stick. I mean, don't get me wrong, drums are obviously the coolest instrument, while like the flutes are the dumbest instrument. But the flutes are always played by pretty girls, so you shouldn't say that out loud. Clarinets are dumb too. But point is, you should never trust a drummer on their knowledge of music, because as they say, a little bit of knowledge is a dangerous thing. And that's not saying that knowledge is powerful, that's saying that if you only know a little bit of something, you probably don't realize how much you don't know. If a con man tried to trick me using my knowledge of music, I would have lost everything. So today we're gonna clear up some fibs, and also a big thanks to those of you who politely informed me that I was wrong. So in the last video I said that all chart toppers play in the key of C major, which is false. For that matter, some of the songs I listed weren't really in the key of C major either. Actually though, they do all have something in common. The best way to explain it is to think about Don't Stop Believin' by Journey. Now I would just post the song as an educational example, but then YouTube would yank my head off and poop down my throat and accuse me of copyright infringement, so we can't. So if you don't know the song, you'll have to look it up, and it's probably a big disbenefit to the educational process that you'd have to pay just to hear the song. But if you don't, you're an evil pirate, yar. But anyway, it goes like bum bum ba-na-na-na. Nah, it's just got like 4 chords. Now, the 4 chords that get used depend on the key that you're playing in, but almost every chart topper has at least 4 chords played in a specific pattern. Something about just playing those correct 4 notes makes your brain very happy. Now, I'm led to understand it's because your brain kinda tries to predict what it's gonna hear next, and those 4 notes are the ones it wants to predict. As for the key, it actually depends on the singer and the instruments that get used. Dance and pop music usually does tend to be in the key of C major, but songs that use a lot of guitar prefer E, D, or G, and songs that use like a lot of horns prefer B flat, E flat, or F. It's not that the key itself is special, but that the instruments tune to that key more easily. The major key tends to be upbeat and more fun, more invited to parties, and the minor key tends to be melancholy, creepy, or sad. And if you combine the two, and you have a little bit of minor key and a little bit of major key in different sections of the song, you get something that's kind of, well, like bittersweet, because you're sort of combining happy and sad. And so I hope that some of that isn't like too technical, you know, music is kind of its own language, and I screwed up by not doing enough technical research on what I was saying in the first place. But I hear that someone said that Gypsy Bard still causes pea shivers and varicose veins. And maybe it's not in C major, but it might cause acne. And, not only that, but if you play it backwards, it doesn't sound any good. There's no satanic messages or anything, it's so boring. What? Okay, fine, let's get back to our game. So this is it, our final trial. The 3 of us together, tolerating each other, on a long trip. Fleeing the Empire's troops, Mayor, Celestia, and Twy ride the rapids towards Naish, but the going won't be easy. Mayor! Celestia's touching my personal space! I have to pee, can we use the bathroom? Can we pull over? Mayor, Celestia ate my crackers and I put my name on them. I did, I told her, and she ate them anyway. How much longer till we're there? Oh, we're there. Well, that was not easy going, guys. I bet that everyone else is gonna get here, like, way ahead of us. Oh, and now that I think about it, I totally left my retainer back at the Rebel base! Yeah, well, it's not like we're in a hurry. Let's see if we can go back there. If we backtrack, we might run into Applebloom. And I mean, like, no one must be guarding that cave, because otherwise Applebloom couldn't get through. Especially not with Trixie in tow, because, I mean, Trixie speaks in the 3rd person, and she'd just be running around going like, "Stand aside, normal cretins! The great and powerful traitor Trixie is coming here!" She's not exactly the most valuable in a clandestine terrorist organization. Scum! You're rebels! How do you know just by looking at us? Yeah, I bet they just put this guy at the front and told him to look for anyone who was doing something wrong, and sure enough, everyone appears to be doing something wrong. I mean, yeah, we are rebels, but he only guessed right, probably because he accuses everyone of being rebels. He's a guy on a power trip, that's what he is. I just want to go back and get my retainer. Man, my teeth are gonna get all screwed up. I wonder if I can write a letter to Empress Gilda and be like, hey, this guy wouldn't let me through the tunnel, and I was trying to go home and get my retainer, and now my teeth are all ruined. It's really serious, you know, braces are expensive. Like, if you just have some guy blocking a tunnel and no one can get their retainers, everyone's gonna have ruined teeth, and it's just gonna cost a lot of money. I think it's a serious civil issue that should be addressed in the next council meeting, if in fact the Empire does have council meetings. If they don't, then I guess we finally found our reason for war! Wait, do we offer dental coverage? Or any health coverage? Maybe we shouldn't fight for that. Guys, our team sucks, it doesn't even have a good name. When Bloom first helped me, she fiddled with something right around here. Twilight, where did Applebloom fiddle with? It's okay, you can tell us. There must be a switch! Yep. I was unconscious at the time. I remember Scootaloos. A lot of Scootaloos. More than the guards of Naish could handle. I don't know what they're eating down here, but they seemed really excited to be helping us to kill the guard dogs. Guys, I think we should avoid the Scootaloos. Or, we should tell the Empire about the secret passage and direct them to the lair of the Scootaloos, and then just see what happens. If, it works out for us, then, we won't exactly have clean consciences, but we won't get ourselves dirty. If it doesn't work out, then it's not like Naish could withstand a frontal assault anyway, so secret passage, frontal attack, whatever. What the heck am I looking at? Did we go to a screensaver? Maybe it's a code. Like, drink more Ovaltine. Goodness, what's that? It's a will-o-wisp. They've been known to ward off evil spirits. We should watch the path it takes and follow it, or something bad might happen. So we watch the path it takes first, not knowing what it is, and then we have a conversation about following the path it takes after you've broken up our memory with a conversation. Psh, whatever, I'm a rebel, I do what I want, I don't care. I'll listen a little bit, where I can remember. I think it went this way. Yep, nothing bad happened. And actually, when you look it up, you find out that will-o-wisps do the opposite of what the mayor said. They're supposed to be mischievous spirits of the dead, or fairies that try to lead people astray and get them killed. It doesn't really make sense to say that they would ward off evil spirits, because they are evil spirits. If you meet one, you're supposed to not ever follow it, no matter what, and also you're supposed to turn your hat inside out, and then you turn your cloak inside out, and then the will-o-wisp says, "Wow, this guy's nuts," and it leaves you alone. Evil spirits have a lot of really weird rules, like, if you throw poppy seeds, then Dracula has to stop and count them all, because apparently the devil has OCD. It makes sense if you think about it, because he's all like, "I put these animals here," and then people move them somewhere else. Mayor, Princess, and Twy. Yes, we know who we are. Thank you. Meadow Song, what's happening here in Naish? Oh, nothing. How's Counterlot? The town's neutral. I've tried to get the people to side with the Republic, but... Why on earth have you come here? That's a really good question that we're not answering, and I'm gonna just tactfully dodge that. First, how are your citizens doing? They all panicked when the Esper was discovered, but they also panicked when the Scootaloos were discovered, and that kinda blew over, so same as usual, I guess. Why? Were you just being benevolent, or should we panic again? We believe that this pony is our only hope of reaching out to that Esper. My ponies are dying to know what that Esper looks like. Well, you could just describe it to him. It's a gigantic parakeet in an iceberg. It's not really all that exciting. Maybe it's more like a peacock. Whatever, it's a bird. I don't know what that Esper is gonna do. Let's hope it can be reasoned with. It's a bird! It's gonna eat seeds and poop on cars, and then it's gonna make a nest and have babies. Magical bird stuff. The three have reached Naish, and a decisive battle is about to take place. Well, after this there's a lot of dialogue, so I think that this might be a good place to stop, but it does run us really short. So, I noticed some of you guys said you really liked that song in the shopping montage from way back. That's called The Goldfish Shoes, and I'm gonna put up a download link for that to make up for the short episode. With all the battles still in, it looked like a 15-minute episode, but after I cut him, there really wasn't very much left. The only new thing was this gold guy, who's just kind of a recolor. Anyway, in the next video, armies clash, and we're the only ones who do anything. So I'll catch you guys then.